Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up. At this point in time, I'd like you to also welcome with me the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honorable Dr. Terrance. Please, a round of applause for him as he comes up for his closing remarks. And then, of course, whatever announcement he's making next will be what you should be looking forward to at St. Kitts and Nevis. Your Excellency.
I can't believe that 3 days have gone so quickly. It has been, for me, a tremendous 3 days. And what I expected, of course, this summit has surpassed. Can you please put your hands together for yourself and everybody else? Let me, of course, recognize former President of Mauritius. I want to thank her very much for being here with us for these 3 days. Your words I listened to keenly as an experienced politician and one who has shattered the glass ceiling, and understanding all of that, your words resonated with me because they were words of substance. Thank you very much. I want to take this opportunity, of course, to recognize Aisha. Aisha is very bold. She's a visionary. She had the audacity to walk into my office and tell me to come to Africa, drop everything and come to Africa. And if someone has vision like that and is bold as she is, you can only say yes. Thank you, Aisha. Allow me, of course, to recognize my own delegation, that delegation that has traveled so far with me. I want to thank Ambassador Hazel and the rest of the team. It's a large team to mention today, but I want to recognize all of them, and you had an opportunity to hear them and see them. You would agree with me that they are quite capable. They have vision, and they know exactly what they want to extract from events like these. Put your hands together for my team. I want to recognize, of course, the Honorable Minister, the Minister of Agriculture, Etal, the Honorable Samuel Duggins, who spent the 3 days here. And from what I heard from one of the presenters, he's already making the type of connections that we hope these type of events would allow us to make. So I want to recognize the Honorable Minister. And Aisha, your team has been tremendous. They have worked hard. The level of professionalism and execution has been second to none, and I have participated in a lot of events like these. And so I want to say to your team and those who made this possible from this end, thank you very much. Can you put your hands together for the team as well? I also want to say thanks to the government and people of Nigeria. Without them, this would not have been possible, even though this is not an official state visit, their participation would have been instrumental as well in making sure that I would get here and that I am safe here and would facilitate an event like this. Put your hands together for your own government and your own people. And before I get into the official remarks, let me, of course, recognize all of our specially invited guests who are here today. And I look forward to meeting you all in person when I wrap up my official remarks. But allow me also to recognize the moderators. I think that they were excellent. Put your hands together for both of them. In St. Kitts and Nevis, we said, they sell off. It means that they were extremely good. So, when I first addressed this gathering at the opening of this summit, I stood before you as Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terrance Michael Drew. But today, As I stand at the close of this historic summit, I do so not in a suit and tie and pocket square, but in a traditional garb of the motherland, and I do so with even greater pride and humility as Prime Minister Dr. Aminu Eze Adekunle. And so, in St. Kitts and Nevis, we have two names, our official names and the other names that we call the nickname. This is my nickname. And I want to say it has been a loving time with my adopted family here in Abuja, who have embraced me as a brother from the West. This symbolic act has solidified my homecoming in a spiritual sense, a homecoming that binds my heart and the hearts of my people to this mother continent in a way words can scarcely capture. I offer my deepest gratitude for the honor, the warmth, and for the reaffirmation that indeed emphasizes the fact that we are one people, connected across oceans by blood, by history, and by destiny. Let me begin by closing by acknowledging the visionary mind behind this summit. And I want to do so officially. Ms. Aisha Maina and the outstanding team at Aquarian Consult. We can't thank them enough. Your foresight in creating this platform has truly opened new doors for dialogue, development, and destiny-defining partnerships. And to the government, again, and people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and to President Orama of the Afrixim Bank, thank you for your gracious hospitality and for facilitating this powerful exchange of ideas and opportunities between brothers and sisters. Over the past 3 days, we have witnessed something extraordinary. This was no ordinary summit. It was a declaration of purpose. We heard from brilliant minds, policymakers, business leaders, cultural custodians, and visionaries from Abuja to Bastille and Charlestown. From Queen Consort of the Warwick Kingdom to Dr. Amina Gurib Fakim, former President of the Republic of Mauritius, to our own Premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley, and the Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Samuel Duggins, and to everyone in between. I thank each and every contributor who brought forward compelling, thought-provoking, and visionary presentations. You did not just speak, you inspired. And as I have said from the very beginning, this summit must not just be about history, emotions, and feelings. It must be about tangible benefits, and it must continue with impact, with us investing in each other. Indeed, we came here to connect. But beyond the smiles and the handshake, we have witnessed in an investment in ideas, exploration of industries, knowledge shared across disciplines, culture celebrated in its richness and relevance, and above all, the advancement of our people, our efforts, and our purpose. This summit reminded us that the economic and social potential between Africa and the Caribbean is no abstract. It is tangible, executable, and inevitable. In my opening remarks, I spoke of the shared legacy between Nigeria and St. Kitts and Nevis. I spoke of a proud African heritage that beats in the rhythm of our music, flows in the cadence of our speech, and shines in the resilience of our people. That bond, that energy was unmistakable throughout this summit, and it has strengthened our conviction that our futures are intricately and intentionally intertwined. It is deeply gratifying to leave Nigeria knowing that more people here now understand the powerhouse that St. Kitts and Nevis, and by extension, the strength of the Caribbean really is. We have seen the direction in which my government is moving, hand in hand with our private sector, civil society, and yes, even across the political aisle. Together with the leader of the opposition and premier of Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley, we are building a federation that is dynamic, inclusive, and sustainable. We are building a sustainable island state, a nation that will be worthy of admiration, not just in the Caribbean, but across the globe. This summit was not only a chance to showcase how we are powering progress. It is a classroom and a laboratory, a space to learn from each other, to exchange best practices, to identify policy gaps, and to generate new ideas for collaboration and reform. We discussed soft power, as eloquently emphasized by Her Royal Majesty the Queen of Wari. She reminded us that influence does not always roar. Sometimes it whispers in the culture we share, the stories we tell, and the values we live. Let us use that soft power to shape our global narratives with pride and purpose. And throughout the summit, a phrase resonated deeply with me, and I'm surely many others. And that phrase is, by endurance we conquer. I dare say, let this be our rallying cry, for we know the road ahead may not always be easy, but united in spirit and shared ambition, we are not only strong, as we say in St. Kitts and Nevis, we are unstoppable. So let us leave this summit not just with contacts, but with commitments. And therefore encourage all to convert introductions into investments. Let us turn cultural exchanges into enterprise and ensure that when history looks back at AACIS 2025, it will mark this moment as a turning point in Afro-Caribbean relations. Let me add an announcement that in February of 2026, I shall be the chairman of the CARICOM Group of Nations. And therefore, I will use that platform to connect Africa and the Caribbean at a summit that will be grandeur in Abuja in 2026. And so I intend in 2026 not to return alone, but to bring with me fellow leaders from other CARICOM countries. Some might ask, why did I choose to embark on an event like this? The same way I was asked, why did I choose to sign the first MOU with Afrexim Bank? It is because deep in my heart and understanding my own personal history, that at times one has to take bold steps and set the path afire so that others can trod. And so, with that step with Afrexim Bank, which is now blossoming in CARICOM, and this step here today, which will blossom, we will surely be able to set the path to bring Africa and the Caribbean together. Among them, we are the smallest, but we have also been the boldest. As I've said before, the slave uprising started in St. Kitts and Nevis. The march towards decolonization started with uprising in St. Kitts and Nevis. And so today, St. Kitts and Nevis is saying that Africa and the Caribbean must come together. And so, my friends, we came here with hope, but we leave here with a vision. Now, we must act with courage and with the unshakable belief that our best days lie ahead, one primed by collaboration, advancement, and trust. And on behalf of the people and government of St. Kitts and Nevis, I say thank you. May the bonds we have forged here grow stronger with each passing day. And may the spirit of this summit echo far beyond these walls for the benefit of our nations, the benefit of our peoples, and for the benefit of generations to come. Thank you very much. May God bless all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.